Hi everybody, it's Adrian Joy here from Bramble Farm Turkeys. Well, what a year. We thought we'd do a quick video to show you how to crown or joint your turkey, as obviously advice is changing on a daily basis on gatherings and all that kind of stuff. What we do as a household is, to be honest, we cook a whole bird and then whatever's left we break down off of the bird, and then we freeze it down in packs and then use at a later date. We've got some great recipes on the website, some tagines, there's a pulled turkey, there's a gratin, there's turkey spring rolls, there's loads of really great recipes that we've worked on this year with Ruth's Little Kitchen. Check her out on Instagram. So please check those out, and that would be our recommendation in terms of what to do with a whole turkey. However, if you would like to joint it, we're going to try and show you how to do that today, and then obviously you can have a go at doing that at home. Please be old enough to use a knife. Please make sure that if you're not competent that you don't attempt to do this unless you've got professional somebody professional helping you or watching you or guiding you. We use knives every day, so you know, this is something obviously that we do quite a lot of. So anyway, first things first, you need to get a knife, and this is a lovely knife from Spence Blades. Fantastic, we've been given this to try out. It's really nice, very good looking knife, obviously very trendy, but it's also very sharp and very functional. It's a boning knife, but it's got a strong blade, so it's really good. It's got a nice point on it, and it holds a good edge. This is a sort of commercial boning knife that we use for various things, but not really ideal for what we're going to do today. And then this is a butcher's boning knife, which is much bigger, and they're quite cheap to buy, £15–20, something like that, so that's what we use. You don't need to buy a knife. This is a knife from our kitchen. This is a little bit flexible, but it's got a reasonable point on it, and so we could use that. We don't recommend that you use a big knife like this because it's dangerous with turkeys or birds. You know, there isn't enough space. It's really dangerous, so please don't use big knives like that. But you can just use a normal household knife, you know, as long as it's reasonably sharp and a strong blade. If you do want to sharpen the knife, there's a company called Emberleaf Workshops. Great guys, they're great knives, but they have got some really good YouTube videos on how to sharpen a knife, so check them out. But don't forget to check Spence Blades out as well. Fantastic, lovely looking knives that some of the chefs use, some of the popular chefs. First things first, hygiene. We always have a bowl of hot soapy water here. We keep our hands clean, we keep all the surfaces clean, the knives clean, everything clean all the time. So it's really important to do that, you know, that's something that we do obviously when we're doing a lot of these. So without further ado, we'll get on and do the crown. Now we've taken the string off of this already, so get rid of the string, put that away, and then if you look on the side of the side of the breast here, there's a loose bit of skin on both sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to nick that side like that. So just have a quick look. I've just cut that bit of loose skin there, and then what you can do is, you holding the breast and the leg, you can literally open that right out like that, and then with the knife held at an angle, making sure you keep your hands away from it at all times, you just cut round here like that down to the bone. Now we're going to turn the turkey over. Now remember, be careful, there's a little medallion of meat just in here, so as we come round we are going to cut that like that, and then we're going to come in from the other side like that, put the knife down, and then if you just break that like that, a small bit of skin, and then there you go, one leg and one thigh. So we're going to do the same on the other side. I'm doing this a bit around about the way that I would normally do it. I'd normally be over here, so we're going to cut that bit of skin here like that, and then we're just going to come down here like that. Now there's bones here of the internal rib cage, so we are going to just come down the side of that with a knife, and then what we do again is just pull that open like that, flick the bird over, and then along here we're going to come in and get that medallion of meat. We're going to come in from the other side here, back to the bone, put the knife down, break that off, and then that is both the legs and thighs removed. So very quickly, we're just going to put this to one side over here. With the legs, We recommend that you separate the two, so the two are like that. If you just look for where the leg moves, it's just around here, and then if you just come in with a knife, cut down like that in a nice sweeping moment, just find the gap between the two bones, the joint, and then you do that. So do that again, you see where the bones move, roughly about there. Put the knife through, nice simple moves, and then just go through the bone and through the joint between the bones, and then you've got the thighs and you've got the legs. Now, you can bone these, we don't. It's a lot of hassle and takes a lot of time. What we do is we braise them, pop them in the pot, perfect for pulled pork, perfect for a tagine, pulled turkey, sorry, perfect for a tagine. Slow roast them in a pot with some veg and some stock and some seasoning, and then after 2 or 3 hours you can pull them out and the meat falls off and it's beautifully tender. The thighs here, we're going to bone them, so I can show you how to do that. So you've got the bone running along here, making sure your hands are well away. You run the knife down one side of the bone like that, you turn it over, and you run the other side knife down like that. Then the small end, just run the knife down the side like that. Now be very careful with the blade and your fingers here, but hold it and just slice the meat down like that. At this end there's a lot of cartilage, so we just cut that away so that we don't end up with that. So I'm going to put that to one side. This is the thigh roll, or this is the thigh, boneless thigh roll there. So we're going to cut down the same the other side like that on the other thigh. We're going to cut down there like that. We're going to go down the side of the small end like that, and again being very, very careful with hands and fingers. Run the blade down there. Remember there's cartilage on the bigger end here, so we don't want to take that into the meat, so we're going to get rid of that and put that to one side. And so here we have two deboned thighs. They make nice little thigh rolls like that, so you can pop them in the oven like that. You can pull the skin off of them, dice them, mince them, do all sorts. It's a really versatile meat and it's delicious, so we like it. So those are the thighs, those are the legs. We're going to pop those to one side, and then we're going to bring the turkey breast and carcass back. Now, some crowns leave the wings on, some crowns take the wings off. It's entirely up to you. You can leave them on and do that. Personally, we're going to take it off just to show you how to do that. So if you look at the wing here, there's a little sort of white bubble here of the bone. If you take the wing like that, run the knife down through there like that, just keep cutting through, and then in there, I just missed that. If you do that, you can then just break, put the knife down, break it, and then just cut through the remaining sinews through in between the bones. So there's a wing. We're going to do the other one again, try and do it left-handed if I can. So look for the bubble which is there, come down with the knife, and then just try and do that at an angle, and then just break that. It's quite tough to do sometimes if you don't get it right, which I've successfully done today. So just take the bird and break, find the gap between the bones, there you go, got it. And then we've got it. Right, so what's left is we've got the breast and what's left of the carcass. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut and follow the rib down like this to the spine at the back. So we're going to cut that down to the spine at the back, and we're going to do the same at the other side, down the spine there to the back. And then with the knife we're going to cut into the vertebrae like that, and then with the knife down we're going to grab the breast and this part of the carcass, and we're going to break it. So firstly, cut down the side here. There we go. Now this is a really crunchy bit. This is the bit that will make your knife blunt. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to roughly same place all the way down. So you can see how that's already beginning to come down. And then with the knife here, we're going to just go cut like that into the vertebrae. You can twist it like I've just done. Doesn't really do the knives very good. Let's turn it around, and remember, always put the knife down and it's safely out the way, and then hold on to the breast and the carcass, and we just snap it like that, and there it is. So you have the bit of the carcass here and the bit of the carcass here. We can keep those. You can put them, boil them down, use them for stock or gravy or soup or whatever. So we'll just tidy this little bit up here. But there you have a turkey crown. Nice and easy. So that's the easiest way to get to a crown. What I'm going to show you is now how to make this into a butterfly, which you can then make into a joint or cut into single lobes to use later on. So what we're going to do here, I'll try and do this at an angle, but if you turn the bird around like this, so you're looking at it like that, the shoulders are here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the knife down the shoulder like that, and then this is why you need the pointy knife for the blade. You've got to find the bones, and it's a little bit wriggly, so you've got to go round the bone like that, and as you go round it, then you go round again, so that's in a sort of down, around and round motion, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So this is all a little bit unlike the way I would normally do it, but there we go. We go down, we go around through the bone joint, and then around like that. Okay, so then again we then turn the bird around. Again, I'm doing this a little bit differently just to show you, but you start the knife in the cut that you've just made, and as you come round, you turn the knife. See the angle of the knife there, and if you just look inside the carcass there, you will see that the knife is just underneath this skin membrane. Now as you come down, this bit that goes down here is the breastbone, so you just turn the knife like that and go down the breastbone, and so we're going to do the same on this side. So we go into the cut that we made earlier, we come down like this, and as we turn it, remember to see the angle of the knife there, keep your knife and fingers separate right the way down to the breastbone, and then follow the breastbone down like that, and then we'll turn it back round again, and then all you do is you literally push that down, cut that down the breastbone from this side, do the same from this side, and then down like that. And then if you get rid of that, you can just literally cut the breast away like that, and then you've got the second part of the carcass. So there's your stuff for boiling down to a stock and doing all of that. We'll put that to one side over here, and here we have a butterfly with two wings on. Now personally I'd recommend just cutting these off like that, so you just follow them around, follow it around the bone like this. So there you've got another wing that you can cook up separately. Lots of meat on turkey wings, and then you're just going to cut around like this, again making sure that your hands are clear from the knife. Make sure that you're safe. Now here there's a bit of loose skin that we don't need, so we'll just get rid of that. What we've got here now is what's called a butterfly. It's obviously in the shape of a butterfly. This one's obviously had a torn breast. Now you can just literally pop it in the oven like that, and that is a breast roll. You can tie it if you use butcher string. Please don't use plastic string or anything like that. It will melt and it will look horrible and won't do you any good. So if you're in doubt, just literally pop it in the oven like that. If that's too much for you, you can split that there, and you can literally cut it down on the skin there, which is nice and easy to do. And then you've also got two separate joints of meat. So roughly speaking, if you were making a bird into a breast roll, it would be roughly, very roughly, because every bird's different, but very roughly about a third of the total weight. So if you have a 6 kilo bird, it will roughly be about 2 kilos. If you have a 6 kilo bird, the crown would probably be about 3.5 kilos, something like that. But there you have it, guys. As I said, Sarah and I, if we're cooking a whole turkey, we'll cook the whole thing anyway, and we'll save all of the cooked meat off of it and do it that way. That's by far the easiest way. But if you're feeling adventurous, then have a go at making a crown, and make sure that you're safe. Make sure that you know, if you need somebody to show you how to do it in first hand, then please make sure you use professional advice. But otherwise, in a pretty rubbish year, we hope you have the best Christmas you can have given the current circumstances, and thank you for choosing Bramble Farm to buy your turkeys. Merry Christmas from everybody here.